to the day 6 of our Boost Your Power Challenge. Today we will start to talk about the stories, because as they say, you can't be what you can't see. For more than 2000 years, history has been a male product. Our history books are filled with men doing everything, right? And they've been also assembled by men, as have been religious texts. So it seems that the role of women in history is completely minimal. And this is something that we can still see today because most of our media outlets are still run by men. So the stories we listen to, we read, we actually watch are mostly told by men about men. And this has a huge impact on us because we do not have any heroine, any role model to watch and to aspire to. UN Women says that only 23% of the movies actually have a female protagonist at the moment. So we are only with this idea that the person who is leading the show and telling the story is a man. You can do that, for example, when you watch a show or a movie in the coming days, you can perform what is called the Bechdel test. It's a very simple test where you need to have two female characters in the movie who have a name and who actually talk to each other about something else than a man. Well, guess what? Half of the movies don't pass the test. And there's also what is called the male gaze theory, which is the idea that most of the movies we see are actually portrayed from a male heterosexual perspective, where female are mostly objects of desire. So the way we have listened to stories has really impacted us as women in our sense of self-esteem and impact on the world. If you know, for example, that only 2% of the French streets are named after women, you might think that we actually haven't done anything worth being recorded so far. So this idea of the ignorance of our role in history is actually key to our emancipation as women. We need to know about all the women that have been leaders, warriors, queens, sailors, pirates, adventurers, artists, writers. We need to know their struggle. We need to feel our imagination with them. So this is my challenge to you today, because if not, we are really accepting a reality that is based on the myth that we have so far. Would we be so tolerant with all the stories of Weinstein or DSK in France if we had not mythologies legitimizing the rape of Greek gods since hundreds of years? What if we had young girls all around the world raised in a faith where the first being was actually a woman? And if they knew that in the mythology, Eve is actually not the first woman, but Lilith, who was created equal to Adam. And then in the story was actually swept under the carpet and remembered now as a bad woman, devil, eating children. It's very important because the myths shape our reality. For example, it's proven that in culture that have a female at the origin of the creation, male actually take more part in the caretaking. So myths are not disconnected from the reality. They really inspire it. So my challenge to you right now is to really feel your brain and your mind with more female heroines. You can watch more movies with female protagonists. You can have different series like Borgen, like Little Big Lies, like The Handmaid's Tale, who are actually showing the story from a women perspective. So your challenge today, your exercise, is to actually 1, list one heroine you have. 2, give us names of shows, movies, books that you like about a female protagonist. Feel free to put this in the comments of these videos or on the WhatsApp groups, and we're looking forward to all your suggestions. See you tomorrow.